Acts 21:17. When we arrived at Jerusalem, the brothers and sisters received us warmly. The next day, Paul and the rest of us went to see James, and all the elders were present. Paul greeted them and reported in detail what God had done among the Gentiles through his ministry. Hello, this is what we're doing. This is what we've done among the Gentiles. Paul and the rest of us talked to James and the elders. When they heard this, they praised God. Praise God. Then they said to Paul, "You see, brother, how many thousands of Jews have believed, and all of them are zealous for the Lord. They have been informed that you teach all the Jews who live among the Gentiles to turn away from Moses, telling them not to circumcise their children or live according to our customs. What shall we do? They will certainly hear that you have come, so do what we tell you. There are 4 men who made a vow. Take these men, join in their purification rites, and pay their expenses so that they can have their heads shaved." So we made a vow to have our heads shaved. Paul gives them the money. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Jewish believers are zealous for the Lord. Zealous for the law. Turn away from Moses. They say that Paul says, turn away from Moses. Don't circumcise. What shall we do? So we can do some purification rites. Then everyone, if you pay for it, then everyone will know that there is no truth in these reports about you. No truth in the reports. But that you yourself are living in obedience to the law. Paul is living in obedience to the law, says James and the elders. So do that thing. The next day, Paul took the men and purified himself along with them. Purified Paul and the 4. Purification of Paul and the 4. Then he went to the temple to give notice of the date when the days of purification would end, and the offering would be made for each of them. Here's the date. Here's the date when purification will end. Took it to the temple, Jewish temple, and the offering would be made for each of them. Offering for each of them. Acts 21:33. The commander came up and arrested him and ordered him to be bound with 2 chains. Then he asked who he was and what he had done. Some in the crowd shouted one thing and some shouted another thing. So we'll finish this tomorrow. Arrest him, bind him with chains. Who is he? What has he done? Some were saying one thing, some were saying another.